How y'all doing, Tulane fans? Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Wave. I'm joined, as always, by my co-host Isaac Popper, and today we have Shazz Preston. Thank you so much for joining us, Shazz. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Blessed to be here.
Well, we're feeling blessed to have you in a Tulane uniform right now. So, anyone watching this, make sure you donate to the collective so we can support our student athletes. If you can't give anything, at least like the video, subscribe, everything to support Tulane football. Keep this historic time period going helps. Shaz, you had a pretty big day yesterday, scoring your first touchdown in a Tulane uniform. Of course, we have the video, so we're gonna play that, and I would love to hear you just talk us through what that was like for you, and tell us what it felt like to get in the end zone for the first time.
Is the fourth highest win percentage among active FBS coaches. Mensah shot over the middle of the field. Shazz Preston get in the end zone. Made his return last week, and now he finds Pater 53 yards.
Go ahead.
When I seen the ball in the air, to myself, I was like, see ball, get ball. So I know this was my opportunity right here. I said, I can't, uh, I can't let this one go. So I had to make the play. And Bryce Bohammond, the one that made the collision. I want to thank him too for because he kind of cleared it. He kind of cleared it up for me. But man, that's one step, another step, in the right direction. I had a long journey up to this point, and the journey is not finished. But and when I got in the end zone, I had to think of something what to do. So, because at the time I was just like shocked. I'm like, man, is this really? I really just scored just now for the first time, in college since I've been in college. So I really was just shocked. I didn't know what to do, but I did a little New Orleans dance, and I'm getting good feedback. You know what I'm saying on the dance, but you know, I'm. I was just happy. I had to just enjoy the moment. I had to just let all of it out because it was built up over time. But like I said, God got a plan for everybody. So when He just gave me the opportunity to make that happen, I had to just show my emotions to everybody.
Not only your first touchdown, but your first catch of college. How important is New Orleans to you guys?
New Orleans, it's excuse me, it's a place where a lot of people just got to get out the mud. I'm not really from New Orleans, but I've been in New Orleans for a lot of times. But man, what I've been hearing and what I know, New Orleans is not an easy place to make it out. Man, it's just like just the grind, just different. And when people be successful out of New Orleans, and where I'm from, we just build different. That's why I think a lot of people, respect us more, and just know our grind and know our hustle. That everything just different when we come out in Louisiana, especially down in the south.
Absolutely. For those of y'all that don't know, watching this, Shaz Preston transferred from Alabama last year, so I actually had the chance to talk to Jalen Milrow this summer at SEC Media Days, Shaz's former quarterback, and here's what he had to say about you, Shaz.
Can you talk a little bit about Shazz Preston and your time with him last year and what he's going to bring to Tulane next season?
Absolutely, man. That's my guy. When he came in, that was a guy I was around a lot. With him being an underclassman under me, he really got, I got a chance to get to know him. We built a great relationship. And like I mentioned, I was upperclass and above him. So I just gave him my insight on Alabama and just the program and as a whole. But you're getting a tall, a big guy at receiver. That's passionate about the game, loves the game, and just he's going to do everything that he needs to be the best receiver he can be.
So that was your quarterback last year. Obviously, he's in the Heisman conversation right now, being mocked in the first round in some drafts. What did you learn from playing with a guy like him for a year?
Man, when I was at Alabama, Jalen, he basically same. We was basically in the same boat. I felt like last year, I was very excited to see him succeed and see him grow, as as a player and a man, because it's at Bama you can't make. There's only little room for mistakes, and Jalen came far, from when he first started at Alabama, and just me just watching him grind, just watching him, just act the same through whatever the case may be, wherever the negatives, the positive. He's always, straightforward. Is a great guy. I learned a lot from Jalen. I just really want to thank you for asking that question to him, because a lot of reporters they don't. I mean, they don't know their homework for us. I mean, I just want to thank you for asking that. But Jalen, he's been through a lot, and he overcame a lot, and it's a blessing. He's a holy guy. He has great parents. His future is bright. So just me watching Jalen and being behind Jalen, just watch his growth. It meant a lot to me. It made me want to go harder when I had tough times at Bama.
Yeah, it seems like an easy guy to root for.
Right.
Also at Bama, you were under who I think most people consider the GOAT, Nick Saban. Now you're here at Tulane with Coach John Sumrall. What are some of the similarities between those two coaches that you've seen?
I know they have a competitive mindset, but I feel like Coach Summerall is a little more competitive, and because he's younger than Nick Saban. Nick Saban don't really have that much energy left in him to really show it, but when he shows it, he shows a lot of passion. But they both have the same drive. That just the willing just to win. They just share that. And I feel like Coach Saban and Coach Summerall, they have a lot of things in common.
Absolutely. We were just talking about before we hit record. Obviously, you came back from an injury. We're talking about where you were percentage wise, and you told me 100%, which is amazing to hear. So, now that you're back to 100% and increasing your snap count, what do you need to do to keep ramping up your playing time and opportunities to make more plays like the one we watched earlier?
Just being more consistent. Just me getting back in the groove of things, because I've been out for like 4 months. So just getting back under my feet. Just getting back to my roots. And all that takes time. But I gotta do the extra. I can't just take a day off. I just gotta get back to myself. I think I'm doing a good job at that, and I think the coaches could agree as well. I'm on the right path back to my, back to myself. But just the last week play, it really took a step up, my abilities, just to show the Tulane fans, and that I'm back, and I'm back in business for the Green Wave.
We're certainly excited to have you. We've talked a little bit about your journey to get here. Obviously, you're a Louisiana native, but I'd love to know what else went into your decision to ultimately choose Tulane and become a member of this football team.
Just I wanted to come back home. I wanted to play in front of my hometown, but not New Orleans. But I just wanted to play in front of my people, my peers, and people in my circle. A lot of people couldn't really travel to Alabama, so it was kind of hard. But I think when I was in the portal, Tulane, just there. They would just showed a lot of love to me when I came out the portal. And I was just talking to my parents, like it wouldn't be bad, just to put on for the home state, you know what I'm saying? And then so when I made the decision to come here, the rest is history. And I just I don't regret it once whatsoever, and it's a blessing to be here.
Yeah, I was born in New Orleans myself. I've been a lot of cool places, and I still always will say, to me, it's my favorite city in the whole world. So definitely blessed to be back in this city. Congrats on being ranked for the first time this season. We talked to Coach Sumrall a little bit about it yesterday, and his response to that was, "Well, we are ranked, but we really haven't done anything yet, and it doesn't really matter right now." So, as a team, how when you're starting to receive this recognition from media and terrible people like myself, of course, how are you able to kind of take it but compartmentalize it and not focus on it so that you can keep your
Well,
focus on the task at hand?
a lot of people don't really notice, but when Coach Summer be on the social media, he posts emojis and just be like the X emoji, the rats, and I think something else. But the more of the story is, we call that rat poison. So I mean, just him just saying like, don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? And then like just saying all that's rat poison. Don't feed into all that. You know, then the grind is still a grind because we the twin fit. You know, I feel like a lot of people still disrespecting us. You know, that they ain't really taking us serious. But you know, like Coach Summerall said, don't feed into all that, and then you know just keep your foot on their neck, and you know just when the time comes, you know when to get in the CFP or getting a good bowl game, you know, everybody gonna know that Tulane was for real.
Shaz, let's talk about the last 2 weeks, and then we'll move forward to this upcoming game, a big one. So 2 weeks ago, you made your college debut against Charlotte on Halloween, and you didn't have any catches in that game, but you did do some blocking.
Mhm.
As somebody who was a number 3 wide receiver in the class of 2022, according to ESPN, the number 2 guy in Louisiana, how do you focus on just accepting this role? John Summerall talks a lot about doing your job, and for that Charlotte game, you were still coming off that injury and maybe weren't 100%. So the role, for the most part, was to go and block for your teammates. How do you take on that role?
You know, just doing it for my brothers. I think I owe it to them. You know that just put my body on the line. You know, just to show that really appreciation because during the process, they was there, just checking in on me, just asking me when I'm gonna come back, just showing love, just supporting me and keep me in high hopes. Because a lot of people, they don't they don't know how to handle adversity like that. So I mean, just what in that game plan, just showing my appreciation to them and just getting the feel back for the game, because for one, that was like my first full game, and I thank Coach Summerall for that, because as Alabama, I was just really a special teams guy, but I thank Coach Summerall for trusting me and allowing me to do, the just being in the game, and that was like also a big step for me. But just watching, just playing with my brothers again, that was just like an enjoyment for me by itself. And I mean the ball gonna find you either way the cut go. But I just did that, just to get a feel for the game and just to play with my brothers again. So I mean, it was a lot of excitement, during the game. Everybody was like, "Oh, Shaz back, Shaz back," you know what I mean? And then like that was exciting to me because I mean everybody was just waiting, and then even during practice, it was a big uproar during practice. Everybody was just like, six back, and like it was just the rest is history. So I mean, I'm back now, and we're just gonna keep elevating from here.
Looking forward to it, Shaz. Six was certainly back last week in the homecoming game versus Temple. You're probably not aware of this, but you had the highest PFF grade among all wide receivers in FBS.
Wow, I did not know that.
It was an impressive performance. One thing I was curious about is I've seen a lot of the players be supportive of you battling your injury. Who in the wide receiver core, because it's a big group when you include some of the walk-ons, some of the scout team guys, freshmen like Kai Prian, who have you become good friends with in that group?
Really, everybody in the room. Honestly, I was like the big brother of everybody. I was the person to get everybody, situated, get everybody back on the same page, just keep everybody in the car, just being that person just to talk to, and just, get my opinions on things. I was really just like the big brother of the group, because like at this point I couldn't run routes, I couldn't practice. So I mean I gotta make some I gotta, excuse me, I gotta find somewhere where I could, impact the team, well, especially my receiver room. So I mean, I was just the big brother of the group, and I mean, it played an important role because and when I got back, they did the same thing, vice versa. Just helped me get back to my form, just just critiquing me on routes and my plays and stuff like that. So I mean, I love my brothers, man, because, man, without them, the support, I don't know where I'd be at mentally, but, they kept me on the right path. I kept them on the right path, vice versa. So, I was just really just a big brother of the group.
Nice. When did you realize that Dante Fleming was a baller? Because he barely played last season for the team.
So funny story is, I went to St. James High School, right? And then we played Dante. He went to East St. John. We played Dante 2019, and he was like one of the people that we had to, look out for the game. I've been knowing Dante for a good minute now. But when I came here, I heard the stories on, like how he had to overcome some things, and that he wasn't playing his full potential. I was like, nah, that can't be it. You know what I'm saying? But when I seen him during the off season, during fall camp, I'm like, he's back. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what y'all talking about, but what I seen when we was in high school is what y'all seeing now in Yeoman Stadium. So I've been knew he had that dog in him, and I've been knew that he loved his game so much.
Awesome. I went to practice this morning and I saw you very excited. Did you block a punt?
I did. I actually did. I did. So at Bama, I played all four special teams, and I still got it in me. I still got, I still know the basics of, to get to the punter and block, and to block people downfield, and Coach Summit was like, he was excited. He was really shocked because I don't think he really knew that, I could do stuff like that. But everybody was kind of impressed, that I was able to do that. So yeah, I still got it in me a little bit, So
That's awesome. That's a thought I saw and I was like, oh my God. Navy has had a really good secondary so far this season and has done well in the passing game defensively. How are you going to be able to take advantage of a defense that isn't really giving up much?
we just gotta play our game, that we've been doing this last seven games, and it's really not just changing nothing up. We got 21 in the backfield, so when you got 21 in the backfield, you got to stop him first. So but just stand to the core. What we do best, and when we hit our explosives, we gotta make them count. So see y'all in Navy.
I'll see you in Annapolis. It's not just 21, but 24, 20, 25 as well.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your time, Shazz. Looking forward to Tulane's very exciting matchup on Saturday versus Navy in Annapolis, and roll wave.
Roll wave, man.